All right, welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody. As we took a quick break there so I can get something to eat. All right, we're back with baseball now. As we had a doubleheader of football, we wrapped up Week 7. Now we turn our attention to baseball. It'll be Game 2 of the American League Championship Series between the Chicago White Sox and the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners won last night by a score of 4-2 to take a 1-0 lead in the series. Over in the National League, the Giants lead the Phillies 1-0 in that series. We'll have Game 2 of the Giants and the Phillies tomorrow after football. But up next, the White Sox and the Mariners. Let's head out to T-Mobile Park in Seattle for this one here at Jammin' Sports. Your lineups. Jammin' Sports presents Game 2 of the American League Championship Series between the Chicago White Sox and the Seattle Mariners, live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Seattle won Game 1 last night, 4-2. They lead the series 1-0. Game 2 of the ALCS up next here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the top of the first. Felix Hernandez, the starting pitcher for the Mariners tonight. Seattle would love to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Of course, the White Sox will try to even the series at 1 with a win. Games 3, 4, and 5 will be at Comiskey in Chicago. Nellie Fox, the second baseman, will lead things off for the White Sox here in Game 2. Just underway. The pitch by Hernandez. Outside, 1-0. Game 2 of the Giants and Phillies tomorrow night after football. And now the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Nellie Fox. Rips that one foul down the third base or first base line. Count goes to 2-1. Two-one pitch. Outside, 3-1. Three-one pitch. In there for a strike, 3-2. Full count. 3-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out for out number 1. One down for the White Sox here in the top of the first inning. And now the shortstop, Tim Anderson, up next. Outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. T-Mobile Park in Seattle. And now the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-1. One out, bases empty for the White Sox. Here in the top of the first. 2-1 pitch. Popped it up. And Brett Boone, the second baseman, will make the play for out number 2. Anderson pops out to second base. Starting lineup for the White Sox. Next up, the center fielder, shoeless Joe Jackson. Their lineup really doesn't change much. And now shoeless Joe with 2 outs, bases empty. The pitch by Hernandez. He went around, strike 1. Now the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. Quickly, 0-2 to Shoeless Joe with 2 outs, bases empty. And now the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Pops it up. Who comes in? Somebody. Brett Boone at second will take it. And that'll end the inning. No score. We go to the bottom of the first here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the Seattle half of the first inning. Ed Walsh, the starting pitcher for the White Sox here this evening. In game 2. It was a 1-2-3 inning for the White Sox. The Mariners will come up now. Ichiro Suzuki, the right fielder, will lead things off for Seattle. And the windup and the pitch by Walsh. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Struck him out. Ichiro strikes out on 3 pitches. 1 down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the first. And now the second baseman, Brett Boone, will come up for Seattle. 1 out, bases empty. No score here at the bottom of the first. Pitch by Walsh. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. Ed Walsh off to a good start for the White Sox. And now the 0-2 pitch. Inside, watch out, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brett Boone with 1 out, bases empty. And now the 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out. They'll throw it out at first for out number 2. So Brett Boone strikes out. 2 down for Seattle. And now Edgar Martinez will be due up for Seattle, the DH. 2 outs, bases empty. Martinez at the plate. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. 1-1 pitch. Right to the first baseman, Frank Thomas, who makes the play. At the end of 1 complete, no score. Here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the second inning. First baseman Frank Thomas will lead things off for Chicago. Here in game 2, Mariners lead the series 1-0. The pitch. Up high, 1-0. Felix Hernandez on the mound for the Mariners. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch. Pops it up, out of play. Count goes to 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. High in the air, Ichiro in right field will make the play for out number 1. Thomas flies out to right, 1 down for the White Sox. Next up, the DH, Harold Baines. He used to play for Seattle. The pitch. Fouled down the third base line, into the crowd. Strike 1. Count goes to 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Ichiro comes over in right and makes the play for out number 2. So Baines flies out to right field. 2 down for the White Sox here in the top of the second. And now Michael Jordan, the right fielder. He hit a home run last night in Chicago's loss. In fact, he hit a 2-run shot. In their first strike, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Pops it up. Brett Boone goes back and makes the final out. After 1.5, no score here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the second. Ken Griffey Jr., the center fielder. He didn't play last night. Hernandez played in his place. But Griffey, the center fielder, will face Walsh here in the bottom of the second. Outside, 1-0. Moncada, Anderson, Fox, and Thomas are infield for the White Sox. And now the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. Welcome into Seattle. Game 2 of the American League Championship. Ripped into center field, the base hit. A leadoff single for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second. Yeah, Griffey didn't play last night. Teoscar Hernandez played in his place. Griffey's aboard here in the bottom of the second, nobody out. First baseman Alvin Davis, he hit 2 home runs last night. Not 1 but 2 in Seattle's 4-2 win. They were both solo shots, but he still hit 2 of them. The pitch by Walsh, up high, 1-0. T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Game 2 of the ALCS. Seattle leads the series 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2, count goes to 2-0. Nobody out, Griffey at first base. 2-0 pitch. In their first strike, 2-1 to Davis. They throw to first, Griffey back in time. Meanwhile, the count is still 2-1 to Alvin Davis. Two-1 pitch. Davis fouls it off. They'll even the count at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the second, no score. Nobody out. Griffey Jr. at first base. And now the 2-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out for out number 1. 3 strikeouts by Walsh. Oh, that was definitely in there. Super slow-mo. One out for Seattle here at the bottom of the second. Raul Ibanez, the left fielder. They throw to first. Griffey back in time. One out, runner on first base. Ibanez. The pitch by Walsh. In their first strike, 0-1. He's got 2 postseason home runs so far. And now the 0-1 pitch. Rips it right to the second baseman, who throws it into the double play. Nellie Fox gets the double play. At the end of 2, no score here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the third. We're scoreless here in Game 2. Left fielder Minnie Minoso will lead things off for the White Sox. Felix Hernandez still on the mound for Seattle. Top of the third inning. Up high, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. Will Seattle take a 2-0 lead in the series, or will the White Sox tie it up as they head back to Chicago? Big swing and a miss, 1-1. One pitch. In their first strike, 1-2. One-two pitch. Ripped it down the line, but foul. One ball and 2 strikes to Minnie Minoso. Nobody out, nobody on. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off. Count goes to 1-2. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead here in Seattle. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. High in the air, out to Griffey in center, and he makes the play for out number 1. One down for the White Sox here in the top of the third. The catcher, Carlton Fisk, comes up next. One out, bases empty. In their first strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. Count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. And now the 0-2 pitch. Down low, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2 to Carlton Fisk. 1-2 pitch. Inside. That'll even the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. The pitch by Hernandez. He swung at an inside pitch, struck him out. For out number 2. Hernandez has a perfect game going. I know we're only in the third. Yoan Moncada, the third baseman, up next. Swings at the first one, 0-1. It's been 3 up, 3 down every inning so far. And now the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. I know we're early yet. We're only in the third inning. Just wanted to point it out. White Sox don't have a hit yet. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouls it down the line. The count goes to 1-2 to Yoan Moncada, the third baseman. A 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. At the end of 2.5, no score here at Chapman Sports. We go to the bottom of the third. Shortstop Alex Rodriguez will lead things off for the Mariners. A-Rod. No score. Ed Walsh on the mound for the White Sox. In their first strike, 0-1. A-Rod at the plate. And now the 0-1 pitch. Inside. That'll even the count at 1-1. Game 2 of the ALCS. Seattle leads the series 1-0. Trying to take a 2-0 lead in the series tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled it off. Count goes to 1-2 to A-Rod. Now the 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. He swung at it, struck him out for out number 1. A-Rod goes down swinging. Next up, the catcher, Dan Wilson. 1 out, bases empty for Seattle. In their first strike, 0-1. White Sox have no hits. The Mariners only have 1. That was Griffey. Last inning. Now the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 to the catcher, Dan Wilson. And now the 0-2 pitch. That's low and inside. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. 1-2 pitch by Walsh. Down low, 2-2. That'll even the count. And now the 2-2 pitch. Ripped into center field. A 1-out single for Wilson. Jackson will throw it in. And now the Mariners with a runner on first base again with 1 out. And now the third baseman, Kyle Seager, will come up next. 1 out, runner on first base. Seager at the plate. He went around, strike 1. Count goes to 0-1 to Seager. A very solid third baseman. And now the 0-1 pitch. Fouls that one off. Quickly 0-2 to Seager. 1 out. Wilson's down at first base. And now the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1-2. Walsh is an old-timer. If Evil Dead can remind us when he played, I'd appreciate it. Here's my 1-2 pitch. Outside, they'll even count it 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wilson down at first base. 2-2 pitch. Up high, 3-2, full count. T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Game 2 of the ALCS. And now the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Seager draws a walk. And now Seattle has runners at first and second with 1 out. And Ichiro, the right fielder, will come up. A chance for Seattle to get some runs here. Let's see if Ichiro can get a base hit. Bring in Wilson. 1 out, runners at first and second. The The pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Game 2 of the ALCS. Walsh, from 1904 to 1917, was 40-15. That's insane. 0-1 pitch. Up high, 1-1. You know what the most insane about that is? 55 appearances. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2 to Ichiro. Now the 1-2 pitch. Ichiro pops it up. Jordan going back at the warning track makes the play. And the runners will hold. Except for Wilson. He tags up and goes to third. So Seattle now has runners at first and third with 2 outs. And Brett Boone, 42 complete games. My goodness. That's a quarter of the schedule. Brett Boone, the second baseman, with 2 outs, runners on the corners. In there for a strike, 0-1. A base hit would score a run. Wilson down at third base. 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. A walk will load the bases. Back in those days, there was more complete games than there are now. Now it's almost unheard of. 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off down the third base line, drifting foul. Count goes 1-2 to Brett Boone. Now the 1-2 pitch. Boone fouls it off into the crowd down the first base line. And the count remains at 1-2. 42 complete games. My goodness. 1-2 pitch. High in the air. In left field, Minoso makes the final out. Seattle threatens but does not score. No score after 3 here at Javin Sports. We go to the top of the 4th as Davis joins us. Good to see you, Davis. We're at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead and Sports. Davis. Game 2 of the ALCS. Seattle leads the series 1-0. We're scoreless as we go to the top of the 4th. Leading off, it'll be Nellie Fox, the second baseman. Hernandez on the mound. Ball 1, inside. White Sox are still looking for their first hit. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Ball 2 out. It's inside. Count goes to 2-1. And now the 2-1 pitch. Ripped. That's the base hit. There goes the no-hitter. Ichiro will throw it in. So Nellie Fox, a leadoff single for the White Sox here in the top of the 4th. Shortstop Tim Anderson will come up. Nobody out. Runner on first base. The pitch. Inside, 1-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. No score here in Game 2. 1-0 pitch. It's a hit and run. They'll get the base runner, or they'll get the batter, excuse me, as Anderson grounds out to first. Be a sacrifice that moves the runner over. 1 down. Shoeless Joe Jackson comes up next, the center fielder. Nellie Fox at second base with 1 out. Outside, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. White Sox trying to tie the series up tonight. They head back to Chicago for games 3, 4, and 5. Inside 3-0 to Jackson. And now the 3-0 pitch. In their first strike, 3-1. Three-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Full count at 3-2. One out, runner on second base. That's Fox at second. Three-2 pitch. Ripped right to Boone. They'll get the lead runner, or the batter, excuse me. And that'll be another sacrifice as Fox moves down to third. 2 down. And now Frank Thomas, the first baseman, comes up with 2 outs and a runner on third. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. The big hurt, Frank Thomas. The count's 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. One pitch. Thomas out to Ichiro, who makes the play for the final out. The White Sox threaten but don't score. We're still scoreless here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The designated hitter, Edgar Martinez, will lead things off for Seattle. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch by Walsh in their first strike, 0-1. They have a pitcher's duel going on. 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 0-2 to Martinez. And now the 0-2 pitch. Popped it up. Jordan will come in. Nope, the second baseman, Nellie Fox, takes it for the White Sox. 1 down. And now Ken Griffey Jr., the center fielder, up next. He had a single the last time he came up. That was back in the 2nd inning. 1 out, bases empty. In their first strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off down the line. Out of play. Count quickly 0-2 to Griffey Jr. And now the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. The 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Count remains at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Did he go around? No. Full count, 3-2. And now Ed Walsh in his 3-2 pitch. Struck him out looking for out number 2. 2 down for Seattle here in the bottom of the 4th. 5 strikeouts for Walsh. And now the first baseman, Alvin Davis, will come up. 2 outs, bases empty. The pitch by Davis. Inside, 1-0.
1-1, no play.
And now the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. No score here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 pitch by Walsh. Inside, 3-0. Davis looking for a 2-out walk. The count's at 3-0. 3-0 pitch. Did he go around? No. Ball 4. It's a 2-out walk for Alvin Davis. That'll extend the inning. And now the left fielder, Raul Ibanez, will step up. I'm finally getting that name down. 2 outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch. And that's ripped right to third. And they'll get the lead runner for the out. Moncada makes the play for the White Sox. No score here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 5th. We're scoreless here in Game 2. Harold Baines, the DH for the White Sox, will lead things off. Felix Hernandez still on the mound for Seattle. First pitch is up high, 1-0. We're at the top of the 5th. No score. And now the 1-0 pitch. And that's to A-Rod. He'll throw to first for the out. Baines grounds out to short. 1 down for the White Sox. And now Michael Jordan, the right fielder, comes up next. Gracie's back. Say hi, Gracie.
Hi.
1 out, bases empty. In there for a strike, 0-1. And that's in there for a strike. Count quickly, 0-2 to Jordan. Gracie's looking at what people are eating in the front row there. Count goes to 1-2, it's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. For the White Sox here in the top of the 5th. She likes to see what they're eating. 1-2 pitch. Did he go around? No. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And now the 2-2 pitch. Outside, full count to Michael Jordan. And now the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out for out number 2. 2 down for the White Sox. Here in the top of the 5th. Misty's back. And now Minnie Minoso, the left fielder, with 2 outs for the White Sox. Outside, 1-0. 2 outs, bases empty. Scoreless here in the top of the 5th. We're in the middle of a pitcher's duel. And now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Gracie likes to see what the people in the crowd are doing when they get all upset and stuff. 1-1 pitch. Did he go around? No. Count goes to 2-1 to Minnie Minoso. And now the 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. They'll even the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. The 2-2 pitch. Down low, full count now to Minoso. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. It'll be a 2-out walk for Minoso. That'll extend the inning. And now the catcher, Carlton Fisk, will come up for the White Sox. Scoreless in the top of the 5th. In there for a strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Down low. They'll even the count at 1-1. Hernandez trying to get out of the inning. 2 outs, runner on first base. Minoso at first. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Fouled it off down the line. They'll even the count at 2-2 to Fisk, the White Sox catcher. And now Hernandez. The 2-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out. At the end of 4.5, we still have no score here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in Game 2. The shortstop, Alex Rodriguez, will lead things off for Seattle. Facing Ed Walsh. In there for a strike, 0-1. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead and Sports Davis. Feel free to chat in the chat room if you like. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. The 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Struck him out for out number 1. A-Rod goes down swinging. 6 strikeouts for Walsh tonight. And now the catcher, Dan Wilson, comes up. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, no score. Base is empty. Here's the pitch. Up high, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. It's a base. Nope, it's not a base hit. Frank Thomas at first. Snags the ball and makes the out himself. 2 down. Wilson grounds out to first. 2 down for Seattle here in the bottom of the 5th. Third baseman Kyle Seager up next. 2 outs, base is empty. This is a pitcher's duel. Both pitchers are on fire. Here's the pitch by Walsh. Up high, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, base is empty. The 1-1 pitch to Seager. And that's going to be out to Minoso, and he makes the play for the final out. At the end of 5, no score here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Game 2 of the ALCS. Yohan Moncada, the third baseman, will lead things off for the White Sox. Felix Hernandez still on the mound. Up high, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. This game is moving right along. In there for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. We'll have game 2 of the Phillies and the Giants tomorrow night after football at approximately 9:30 Eastern. We'll have the Rams and the Saints at 8 Eastern, followed by game 2 of the NLCS. In there for a strike. Count goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Moncada at the plate. 2-2 pitch. Ichiro out and right, gets under it. And makes the play for out number 1. Moncada flies out to right, 1 down for the White Sox here on the top of the 6th. Nellie Fox, the second baseman, comes up next. To face Felix Hernandez again. 1 out, base is empty. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. Ichiro will throw it in. It's a 1 out single for Nellie Fox. He's about the only White Sox that's done something tonight. He's got 2 hits. I think the White Sox have 3 hits and he has 2 of them. The shortstop, Tim Anderson, up next. 1 out, runner on first base. Ball 1, it's inside. Count goes to 1-0. Top of the 6th inning, we're scoreless. The 1-0 pitch, a pitch out that Fox doesn't take the bait. The count goes to 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch, outside, 3-0. Uh-oh. Hernandez can be in a bit of a jam here. 3-0 count, 1 out, runner on first. 3-0 pitch, in there for a strike, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nellie Fox at first base. They throw to first. Fox back in time. Three-one pitch. Ball 4. The White Sox have runners at first and second with just 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. And now shoeless Joe Jackson, the center fielder, up next. This could be a big inning for the White Sox if Jackson can get a hit. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch by Hernandez. In there for a strike, quickly 0-2. 1 out, runners on first and second. Fox at second base, he's fast. A base hit would score him. It counts 0-2 to Jackson. 0-2 pitch, inside, 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2 to Shoeless Joe. Fox with a big lead at second. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. He's making Hernandez throw a lot of pitches to him. One-two pitch. Rips it foul. Count remains at 1-2. Jackson stays alive. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. It's a long at bat. One-two pitch. A ground ball to the third baseman, Seager. They get 1, they get 2. No, he's safe at first. So they get 1 base runner. They get the runner at second. But Nellie Fox moves down to third. And Jackson is safe at first. So 2 outs, runners at first and third. And Frank Thomas, the first baseman, up next. And that's a base hit. That's going to score Fox from third. And the White Sox take a 1-0 lead. Coming around. They hold him up at third. And Thomas gets a double. And the White Sox take a 1-0 lead here at the top of the 6th. An RBI double by Frank Thomas. Nellie Fox will score from third base. And now Harold Baines, the DH, up next. 2 outs, runners at second and third. In there for a strike, 0-1. Nostradamus. 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Quickly 0-2 to Baines. The White Sox have taken a 1-0 lead on an RBI double by Frank Thomas. 0-2 pitch. And that's down the line, foul. Counts 0-2 to Baines. Hernandez trying to get out of the inning. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. However, the White Sox get a run, and they lead at 1-0 here at Javits Sports. All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Game 2. The White Sox have taken a 1-0 lead. Ichiro will lead things off for the Mariners. Ed Walsh still on the mound for the White Sox. The right fielder Ichiro is in there for a strike on the inside corner. Count goes to 0-1. Crowd didn't like that one. And now the 0-1 pitch. Up high, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. A dribbler to the second baseman. Fox throws to first for an out. Nice play by Nellie Fox at second base to get to that ball and make the throw. Just in time to get Ichiro. One down for Seattle here in the bottom of the 6th. Brett Boone, the second baseman, up next. In there for a strike, 0-1. Seattle leads the series 1-0. The White Sox tried to tie it up before they head back to Chicago. 0-1 pitch. And Brett Boone fouls it off. Count goes to 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, struck him out for out number 2. As Brett Boone goes down swinging. And now the DH up next for Seattle, Edgar Martinez. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. White Sox up 1-0. Martinez at the plate. In there for a strike. 2 outs, bases empty. The count's 0-1 to Martinez. And now the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. And now the 2-1 pitch. Ripped right to Thomas at first. He throws to Walsh covering the bag, and that'll end the inning. At the end of 6 complete, the White Sox lead at 1-0 here at Javits Sports. We go to the top of the 7th here in Game 2. Right fielder Michael Jordan will lead things off for the White Sox. White Sox lead at 1-0, trying to tie the series up. Hernandez on the mound. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. Seattle won Game 1 last night 4-2. White Sox trying to even the series. 1-0 pitch, up high, 2-0. We'll have Game 2 of the National League Championship tomorrow after football at about 9:30 Eastern. That's the Giants and the Phillies as the count goes to 3-0. The Giants won game 1, 7-3 last night. Giants lead that series 1-0. We'll have football at 8 Eastern and the NLCS game 2 afterwards. 3-0 pitch is down the middle, 3-1 to Michael Jordan. And now the 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's a full count now to Jordan. And now the 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. It'll be a leadoff walk for the White Sox here in the top of the 7th. A runner aboard with nobody out. The left fielder, Minnie Minoso, up next for Chicago. The pitch, fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. T-Mobile Park in Seattle, game 2 of the ALCS. White Sox up 1-0. They throw to first. Jordan back in time. The count is 0-1 to Minoso. Nobody out, runner on first. They throw to first again. Jordan's back in time. Now the 0-1 pitch. And that's ripped into center field. Griffey will make the play for out number 1. So Minoso flies out to center. 1 down for the White Sox here in the top of the 7th. Carlton Fisk, the catcher, up next. 1 out, runner on first. That's Jordan at first base. In there for a strike, 0-1. Just a 1-run game. White Sox up 1-0. There goes Jordan down to second. And he's safe. Michael Jordan with a stolen base. So now the White Sox with a runner on second with 1 out. The count is 1-1 to Fisk. Fouls it off. Count goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Inside. That'll even the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jordan at second base. And now the 2-2 pitch. High in the air. Out to Ibanez on the warning track in left field. Makes the play for out number 2. And they keep Jordan at second base. 2 down for the White Sox. Fisk will fly out to left. And up next for Chicago, the third baseman, Yoan Moncada. Two outs, runner on second base. The pitch, outside, 1-0. A base hit might score a run here. The 1-0 pitch, outside, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Moncada. Jordan takes a big lead at second. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Jordan at second. In there for a strike. That'll leave the count at 2-2. Hernandez trying to get out of the inning. The count's 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out at the end of 6.5. White Sox up 1-0 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here in Game 2, White Sox lead it 1-0. Ken Griffey Jr., the center fielder, will lead things off for Seattle. And he fouls that one off, 0-1. Just a one-run game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch by Walsh. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 to Griffey. Pratchett and Lopez warming up in the bullpen. Oh, 2 pitch. He went around, struck him out. One down for Seattle here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Game 2 of the ALCS. First baseman Alvin Davis will step up. One out, bases empty. He had 2 home runs last night. Let's see if he can hit another. Down low, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. Two balls and a strike, one out, bases empty. And now the 2-0 pitch. Down low, 3-0. One out, bases empty. The 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. It'll be a one-out walk for Davis. Seattle's got a runner aboard. And now Raul Ibanez, the left fielder, comes up. A home run gives Seattle the lead. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Inside, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off. That'll even the count at 1-1 to Ibanez. One ball, one strike, one out. Runner on first. That's Davis. 1-1 pitch. Popped it up. Jackson comes over and makes the play in center field for out number 2. Ibanez will fly out to center. 2 down for Seattle here in the bottom of the 7th. And now A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, the shortstop, will come up with 2 outs and a runner on first. Alvin Davis at first base for Seattle. The pitch. In there for a strike, going 1. 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first. A-Rod. If he hits one out of here, the Mariners take the lead. 1-1 pitch. Took a big swing and missed. 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. And it's a ground ball to the shortstop Anderson. They'll get the lead runner for the out. That'll end the inning after 7 complete. White Sox up 1-0 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Ted Murphy is the new pitcher for Seattle. White Sox lead at 1-0. We're in the top of the 8th. Nellie Fox, this second baseman, will lead things off. He has 2 singles today and the only run scorer. Facing Murphy on the mound. Fouls it off, 0-1. Games 3, 4, and 5 are in Chicago. White Sox would love to tie it up before they head back home. 0-1 pitch. That's going to be right to Boone at second. He'll throw him out. Fox grounds out to second for out number 1. Here in the top of the 8th inning. Tim Anderson, the shortstop, comes up. 1 out, bases empty. The pitch by Murphy, up high, 1-0. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead and Sports Davis bring you the game today. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. They'll even the count at 1-1. One pitch. He went around. 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. They'll even the count at 2-2 to Tim Anderson. Now the 2-2 pitch, popped up in the air. Ichiro gets under it and right for out number 2. Anderson flies out to right. 2 down for the White Sox here in the top of the 8th. Next up, shoeless Joe Jackson, the center fielder. 2 outs, bases empty here in the top of the 8th. White Sox up 1-0. Just inside, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. He went around. They'll even the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Outside pitch, 2-1. To shoeless Joe. And now the 2-1 pitch. A ground ball to Boone. He'll pick it up, throw to first for the final out. At the end of 7.5, White Sox lead at 1-0 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The catcher, Dan Wilson, will lead things off for Seattle. Facing Ed Walsh. Just a 1-0 White Sox lead. Ripped base hit to lead off the 8th. Wilson. Jackson will throw it in. It's a leadoff single for Seattle. They do this all the time. They rally. They did it against the Red Sox in the division series. Can they do it again? We're down only 1-0. Nobody out, runner on first. Third baseman Kyle Seager up next. Up high, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch to Seager. Seager, high in the air, out to right center field. Jackson will make the play for out number 1. For a moment there, I thought it was going to drop. So Seager flies out to center, 1 down for Seattle. They still have a runner on first base with 1 out. Ichiro comes up, the right fielder. White Sox up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. In there for a strike, 0-1. Seattle being shut out so far. 0-1 pitch. Ichiro check swings it. Jordan goes back and right. And makes the play for out number 2. That's 2 down for Seattle here in the bottom of the 8th. And now the second baseman, Brett Boone, comes up. Runner on first, 2 outs. The pitch by Walsh. He went around, strike 1. 0-1 to Boone. And now the 0-1 pitch. A ground ball. Thomas can't get to it. They scoop it to first. He's got him out. Nice playing. Way to stay with us. We go to the 9th. White Sox up 1-0 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the top of the 9th. Robbie Ray will come in to pitch for Seattle. White Sox lead at 1-0. Look for Chicago to try to get some insurance runs here in the top of the 9th. With a 1-0 lead. Frank Thomas, the first baseman, will lead things off, facing Robbie Ray. Ball 1 was low. Count goes to 1-0. White Sox trying to even the series at 1 game apiece. Inside 2-0. And now the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Thomas, and that's going to drop for a base hit. A leadoff single for the White Sox here in the top of the 9th. Griffey throws it in. He couldn't get to it in time. So nobody out, runner on first. And the DH, Harold Baines, will come up next for the White Sox. The pitch by Ray, up high, 1-0. Pitch, high in the air, out to Ibanez, out in left field, makes the play for out number 1 here in the 9th. So Baines flies out to left, 1 down for the White Sox. Frank Thomas still at first base. And Michael Jordan, the right fielder, up next. Jordan had a 2-run shot last night. One out, runner on first. Here's the pitch by Ray. And he rips it foul down the third base line. Count goes to 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. He went around, 0-2. T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Game 2 of the ALCS. Seattle leads the series 1-0. The White Sox lead the game 1-0. Struck him out for out number 2. 2 down for the White Sox here in the top of the 9th. That was definitely in there. And now, Minnie Minoso, the left fielder, up for the White Sox with 2 outs. Frank Thomas at first base. The pitch, up high, 1-0. Pitch, Inside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runner on first base. That's Frank Thomas at first. And now the 2-0 pitch. Up high, outside, 3-0. Oh boy. You don't want to give up a walk here. Want to try to get this last batter out. The count's 3-0 to Minoso. .3-0 pitch. Up high, ball 4 and 4 pitches. And the White Sox have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And now the catcher, Carlton Fisk, comes up with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. White Sox up 1-0, trying to increase their lead. Fisk at the plate. The pitch by Ray. And that's out into left field, and Ibanez can't get to it. Strike 1. Count goes to 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch by Ray. Outside, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Carlton Fisk. 1-1 pitch. Did it go around? No, 2-1. Two-one pitch. A ground ball right to Davis. He'll take it himself for the final out. We go to the bottom of the ninth. White Sox up 1-0 here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth here in Game 2. Seattle needs 1 to extend the game, 2 to win it. Edgar Martinez at the plate, the DH. Fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. Ed Walsh for the White Sox trying to get a complete game win. And Misty says goodnight. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. Martinez represents the tying run. Counts 0-2. 0-2 pitch. He went around, struck him out. 1 down for Seattle. White Sox are 2 outs away from tying the series up. Ken Griffey Jr., the center fielder, up next for the Mariners. 1 out, base is empty. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, base is empty. We're in the bottom of the ninth. White Sox up 1-0. Up high, 2-1. And now the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. That'll leave the count at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Down low, full count to Griffey. And now the 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 3-2. Three-two pitch. Did he go around? No. It's a walk. A 1-out walk. The tying run's aboard. And now the winning run comes up. Alvin Davis. They're going to take Walsh out. Walsh will go 8 1/3 inning. Just 2 outs shy of a complete game. Now we have a new White Sox pitcher coming in. Liam Hendricks to try to close this one out. So Seattle with a runner on first with one out. The tying run's at first base. The winning run will be at the plate. Alvin Davis. He hit 2 home runs last night. If he can hit one here, the Mariners take a 2-0 lead in the series. With the White Sox, one is a double play. Hendricks will look in. The pitch up high, 1-0. Davis represents the winning run. 1-0 pitch, inside, 2-0. And now the 2-0 pitch. Pops it up down the line, out of play. Count goes to 2-1 to Davis. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. Griffey Jr. at first base for the Mariners. 2-1 pitch. Rips it high in the air to right field. Jordan can't get it. Griffey's going to come around. And Griffey's going to hold up at third. A double for Alvin Davis. Jordan in right field couldn't get to it. It's off the wall. I thought that one was going to be gone. Seattle does this all the time. They come back. And now the left fielder, Raul Ibanez, outside 1-0. A base hit wins it for Seattle. They have runners at second and third with just 1 out. 2 runners in scoring position. All that Ibanez has to do is hit a single. They're going to walk him. They want to set up the double play. So bases are now loaded, but it's the same difference. A base hit wins it for Seattle, and A-Rod comes up. Alex Rodriguez, a base hit would score 2 runs and win it for Seattle. The tying run at third, the winning run at second. 1 out, bases loaded. A-Rod at the plate. He can be the hero. Fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. There's just 1 out. Bases loaded for Seattle. Bottom of the 9th. In there for a strike, 0-2 to A-Rod. And Seattle pull another 1 out. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. White Sox up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 9th. 1 out, bases loaded for Seattle. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out for out number 2. The White Sox, they just need 1 more out to tie the series up. And now Dan Wilson, the catcher, comes up. 2 outs, bases loaded. Outside, he went around. Strike 1. Mariners down to their last out here in Game 2 with a chance to win it. All he has to do is put it in play. Oh, 1 pitch. Swung for strike 2. Seattle down to the last strike. White Sox 1 strike away from evening the series. And now the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. And now the 1-2 pitch to Wilson. Wilson out to right field, and Jordan makes the play. And the White Sox win it 1-0 and they even the series at 1 game apiece. White Sox win it 1-0. Walsh, your winning pitcher. Hernandez takes the loss. And the White Sox have tied the series up at 1 game apiece as we head back to Chicago for games 3, 4, and 5. Learn more about the show. Go online to theshow.com. Once again, your final score, the White Sox over the Mariners 1-0 to even the series at 1 game apiece. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll have NFL football, the Rams and the Saints, and that'll be followed by Game 2 of the National League Championship Series between the Giants and the Phillies. The Giants lead that series 1-0. We hope you join us tomorrow night here at Jammin' Sports. Until then, good night, everybody.